Hey everybody. Hey Tammy.
Hey Lisa, hey everyone.
Hey Heather, Milk and Honey Heritage Farms. Good to see you.
Good to see you. How have you been, Lisa?
Good, good. Busy, but good.
It is. It's a busy time of year.
It is.
Crazy busy. I'm going to
It
share this
sure
out.
is. We've been uh raking pastures and getting the pine needles off.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just so many we don't know what to do with them. And
Mm-hmm.
no one say mulch, please, because I have so much that it's beyond mulch. We need to burn them.
About pine needle tincture. You got any extras?
They're dead. They're dead ones.
Oh, they're all the dead ones. Yeah.
Yeah, and pine cones, and they're sharp and crazy. So anyway, and
Yeah.
then we got a large load of horse manure, aged horse
Mm-hmm.
manure. So we've been putting that in the garden.
Oh,
But
awesome.
how about you?
That's a wonderful thing. So let's see. We went fishing yesterday. That was fun.
Nice.
I did. I took the day off and went fishing with the hubby and garden stuff, Lisa, and kombucha.
Yep.
That's like like I'm having kombucha babies out the wazoo right now. Like I need to mail some off. How's your kombucha doing?
Good. In fact, you and Heather are here, so I had a question.
Okay.
So I did my second ferment,
Hmm.
and the first day that I did it, I probably burped it like 3 times because the one time I went to burp it, it was pretty darn explosive.
Uh huh.
It didn't go out or anything, but it popped like crazy. Since then, I'm not getting a lot of popping. Is that still okay?
Popping. You mean like when you take the lid off?
Yeah,
Oh, that's good. That's okay. Are we talking about your kombucha base, or you added it with some kind of juice or something?
added raspberries to it.
Oh, I bet that's going to be good. Okay, so that means you're basically at like soda status and you can move it to the refrigerator.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, she puts a cloth over she's not talking about the base though.
Yeah, no, I'm talking the second ferment.
Yeah. So when it pops like that, that tells me that it's like soda pop ready.
No, but
And
it didn't. It What I'm saying is it popped the first day and it hasn't popped since really.
oh, okay.
But I'm gonna put it in the
You
fridge and
know,
just.
sometimes that happens to me, but if you invert it, not shake it, but invert it a couple of times, it's going to get it more fizzy. But
Oh,
when I hear it like popping like that, that makes me feel like it's good to go. You're soda. You're at soda
yeah.
pop.
Well,
Hmm.
it popped the first day and that was it.
Oh,
So we're
you
like,
mean on day one?
yeah,
Oh, how many days has it been?
4.
I would let
But
it set a little more, maybe.
yeah, that's what I'm doing. I
You can
just
taste
wanted to
it
avoid
too
a
to see if
mess.
you like the fizz.
No, I haven't tasted it yet. I'll try it today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, do that.
Yeah.
Did you just put raspberries in there, or did you put like raspberry juice?
I dumped the juice and just put the raspberries in, and it extracted the rest of the juice because they were
Really?
frozen and I
Uh
defrosted them
huh.
before I put them in.
How many did you put? So you used one of those bottles, right?
Yep.
Okay. How many raspberries do you think, or how much? Like a quarter cup, or
I don't know. It
how much
was
of the bottle at the bottom?
it's they're a tall bottle,
Yep.
and so here's the top. So I would say to here to the basically where it starts to get larger.
Uh huh. There's that many raspberries? Like it's plumb full?
No, 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 no. What I'm saying is here's the
How many
top.
raspberries?
The neck goes to here before the bottle gets larger.
Yeah,
So it's basically just the neck is full.
of the raspberries.
Yep.
Okay, because they're
I will
floating.
swirl it, Heather. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
It
Yeah.
looks really good though. I've been busy and I haven't had a chance to taste it.
I love that idea though. I haven't done just straight fruit in there. I've been doing juice.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I accidentally. I thought I was going to add in dandelion. I had two pots on the stove, okay, guys? This is like perfect for today's discussion too, because when you got two pots on the stove and you've got a lot of stuff going on, you got to be careful which pot you're touching. So
Uh-huh.
I had a pot of my dandelion root coffee, and I had a pot of my dandelion tea,
Yep.
flower tea. I
Hi,
wanted
Becca.
the dandelion flower tea. I made coffee kombucha, and can I just say it's not good? You don't want any.
Oh my goodness
So
gracious.
I kind of messed up some. And then I figured it out. I was able to like save myself, but
Hey,
I don't know that
Karen.
I'm a fan of the dandelion flower one either. But I've done that. I've done strawberry kiwi, and I've done the pineapple juice. I haven't done straight fruit.
Yeah, I wanted to keep, I don't want it overly sweet.
Yeah. Hey Rebecca. Hey Karen. Good to see you guys. Thanks for coming. And it will be really, yeah, that's the one thing about the juice that I noticed is it can be pretty darn sweet that
Yeah.
way. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna do
I
my
like
first
it.
ferment again because now I have obviously I have two scobies, so I can
Huh?
do 2 half gallons, which is all I want to do. I don't want to do a ton.
Yeah.
But I told a friend locally here that I would grow a SCOBY for her because,
Hmm.
I'm gonna have them anyway.
You are. You're going to have them. I've heard that you can put them in your garden. I have not done that yet. Heather, have you put a SCOBY in your garden?
The chickens like them from what I understand. I never did it though.
Oh, good to know. Yeah, maybe I'll give some to the chickens too.
I mean, I don't know if you have to limit how many you give them, but
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When
it's easy to be
Heather,
drunk.
yeah, right. When Heather mailed me mine, she had juice in there with it, and it was pretty inflated. Heather, I don't know if it was inflated when you mailed it. I'm assuming maybe you mail it, it's kind of loose, but the fermentation's making it inflate a little.
She
She
put it in
said
her
she put it in her
compost.
compost.
That
Okay.
makes perfect sense. Hey,
Good
Gwen,
idea.
no worries at all.
Hey, Gwen. Yeah, it's exciting. Okay, Lisa, I'm going to try the fruit in mine. I love that idea.
Hey, Lisa Calovi, thanks for popping in.
Hey, Lisa.
Um, yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
she Heather says, oh, it was fermenting.
Mm-hmm. What what'd she mean? You,
No air when she
oh yeah,
packaged
yeah,
it.
yeah. No air when you package it. So it was fermenting. You could see the gas kind of build up in there.
What did
So
she send it in?
it was like a package that had been vacuum sealed.
Oh,
Uh-huh. With liquid in there for it to be in. And then she packaged it in a box, and she had some stuff around it.
oh, cool,
So that was good. Mm-hmm.
interesting.
Yeah, because I'm going to be mailing some. So we'll see if I can do as good as Heather did. It lived. So she must have done well.
She did well.
Yeah.
Heather's the bomb.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's fun.
Wow,
It's so
that's
fun. And I'm liking that I have a healthy fizzy drink. It does, I'm not usually I don't usually drink caffeine. So I am getting caffeine from the kombucha, but the SCOBY is supposed to eat caffeine. That's what it's eating, the caffeine, and it's eating the sugar. So I guess I'm thinking maybe I'm not eating that much caffeine. Yeah, it was, yep, seal mealed.
of the coffee kombucha.
No, well, the coffee kombucha is just my dandelion root coffee. But your kombucha, you're making it with your black tea, your green tea.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And as far as I've read, it has to be caffeinated. I can't make it with decaffeinated tea because the SCOBY eats caffeine. It eats caffeine sugar. So I've had some this morning. I'm caffeinated. Do you see what I'm saying? Pretty wired.
I'm I'm caffeinated.
I just got to make sure I don't drink it late in the day because then I'll be up really late.
Good to know.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even think of that, but tea doesn't bother me, so I don't
Yeah, if
know.
there's anybody else who's sensitive to caffeine and you're making kombucha, just remember it's got a little caffeine in it.
Whoop whoop.
Mhm.
That's cool.
Mhm.
So I wanted to so today's topic I put down asking for help is a sign of strength because a lot of people think if you're asking for help, it's weakness.
Mhm.
And let me just
Oh,
I thought that was really cool.
self awareness, courage, and willingness to learn and grow. Love it, Lisa.
So I had a good example for you.
Hmm.
So I go to my weekly fiber group
Hmm.
and I got it in my head that I want to knit socks.
Uh huh.
Of course, I can't just knit socks. I
Hmm.
have to choose. I had to do the where you knit two socks at once,
Uh huh.
toe up,
Uh huh.
and when you're done, you have two socks.
Hmm.
So I was like, if I'm going to learn, I'm going to learn that way.
Uh huh.
Of course, I had to pick the hard one. Um,
Hmm.
and so I brought my stuff and I brought the pattern and all that stuff. And I went to my group last week
Hmm.
and we had the first of all, we had the best laugh at me figuring this out.
Uh huh.
So I'm sitting there with my little thing and I keep trying to cast on basically. It's
Hmm.
called a Judy's Magic Cast On,
Okay.
right? And I do best by having those step-by-step pictures.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, it wasn't happening. So,
Even with the pictures.
oh yeah, it wasn't happening. It wasn't registering.
I know what you mean though, because they show the pictures and they show like where the string's going, and
Yeah,
you're
and I
like,
thought, well,
what the
that's
heck just happened? Yeah.
yeah, no, not happening. So my friend next to me says, she looked at me and she goes, "How's it going over there?"
She knew. She knew.
I said, "Well, I tell you, it's not going good at all."
Hmm.
And we were having a laugh. So then I asked her to show me.
Hmm.
And she's really good. She's like, "Would you like me to show you?" And I'm like, "Yes, please."
Hmm.
So she shows me. Well, long story short, we laughed for a couple hours because we just sat there. She's trying to show me, and I'm like, and then she undoes it and says, "Okay, you do it." And I'm like, it's all a mess again.
Hmm.
So PS, I get going and she's showing me all the things I got to do. And they gave me a homework assignment.
Uh-huh.
And the homework assignment was to slow your roll and stop being impatient
Hmm.
and knit 4 rows a day. That's it.
Hmm. Okay.
Focus, do four
I
rows,
like
which
it.
takes a while if you don't know what you're
Really?
doing. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And so everything was going, and anyway, PS, it was going great. First day, no problem.
Hmm.
Second day, I got problems.
Hmm.
But
You
instead of
forgot,
undoing it,
maybe?
which,
Did you
huh?
forget something? Why'd you have problems? Did you figure it out?
Okay, so I'm at the point where I have to knit one whole row with knit
Uh-huh.
stitches. The
Yeah.
next row is now keep in mind there's four sides.
Okay.
So I have on the you knit around all four sides.
Four sides of what?
I have two basically I have two needles with two toes started.
Okay. Oh, you're doing both socks at the
So
same
look,
time.
so the socks are on the needles like this.
Okay. Gotcha.
So I have four sections
Okay.
because you're knitting them in a tube. So you have
Oh.
one tube,
Uh-huh.
which is on the needles like this,
Uh-huh.
and you have another tube, and the needles are like that.
Whoa.
Yeah. So
I wish you had a picture of this. So wait,
um
I got a question.
okay, go ahead, ask your question.
Are you like knitting two pairs of socks at the same time on the same needles?
One pair of socks.
Okay, wait. Two
I'll
different
go get
socks.
them.
Okay, go get them.
All right. Keep everybody entertained.
I hope I'm not the only one I'm just getting blown away by the fact that she's possibly knitting two socks at the same time on the same pair of needles. That's what's got me hung up. I'm like, wait, what? Crocheter here. See, so Crochet, and you crochet one thing at a time. And if she's actually knitting two things at one time, mind blown. That's all I have to say. I can't wait to see this. She needs to do a video. I would love to knit a pair of socks.
A
Okay,
video. I
Lisa.
can't even handle knitting 4 rows, and you want me to do a video.
I do.
All right, hold on. I got to be
We'll
careful here.
start videoing now because right now is when you're going to have your best questions as you're learning it. Oh, so you got a bendy. So this is a bendy
Yeah, hang on.
knitting needle. Are both of those socks on that one needle?
Yes. Okay.
Holy smokes. Okay. All right. So I like that because I have to tell you, I have done crocheted like slippers before, and I was doing them like boat shoe style, not your regular, easier slippers. And the boat shoes style house slipper, when I finished one, I was like, ah, crap, I got to do another one. Oh my gosh, you're making two socks at one time.
That's the plan.
I told everybody, mind blown. That doesn't happen in crochet world.
Here,
Wow.
keep in mind.
I,
So
I think I can see why you needed help.
so that's my, where you start.
Yeah, okay.
I got 2 of them hanging. I got to move them out of the way all the time.
Yeah, one for each side.
Then here's 1 liter of yarn from the ball, one side of the ball.
Okay.
Here's 1 liter from the other side of the ball.
Uh-huh.
Because you're
Oh.
knitting 2 separate socks.
Oh my goodness. From
So
one
you have to
ball.
drop and pick up yarn. Hey, Rebecca, Suburban Hillbilly.
Hey, Rebecca.
So anyway,
Pretty color.
so 1 whole round.
Oh, I see the toes.
Yep.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, I can see them. Very cool.
So this blue marker indicates a finished round.
Okay.
So
And the pink one too, right?
the pink one indicates this side of the thingy. I haven't gotten that far
That
yet.
sock.
But basically this marker tells me that I've gone completely around.
Okay. What?
And you knit stitch all the way around both sides.
Uh-huh. Wow.
Then when you do the next round, where I'm at right now, you do...
Oh, I think I'm figuring this out in my brain.
You do a knit, then an increase stitch, knit, 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 increase stitch, knit, and then you do that all the way around. So somehow I zigged when I should have zagged.
Gotcha. I could see that happening.
And
then what connects them rides with you all the way to the top of the sock. And then when you finish it off, there's some way that you knit those so that they're no longer connected.
They're not connected. That's
they're
why
not
you
connected
have 2...
at all?
No, see, look.
Oh, I see it. I see
because picture a yarn ball, right? So
Pretty
this
nice.
is a cake I made.
Beautiful.
So you pull
Lisa.
1 from the center, 1 from the outside. So I'm knitting from both ends of the ball.
Okay. Beautiful.
So anywho, you see the problems that I've created?
Yes.
Easy to do.
Easy to create the problem, I mean. Is what I mean by easy to do.
Well, now I decided to count my stitches and make sure that I have the same number on each needle. I don't.
Oh, so we might have, well, do you have 1 foot larger than the other? Because maybe that's a good thing.
So wait. So that's a problem. And I know me taking it off the needle,
1 foot that kind of swells a little.
And me taking it off the needle means I will drop it and have to start over, and I don't want to do that. I'm trying to wing it like you do when you crochet.
Yep.
So basically,
so you're adding in stitches.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to get. Today, my goal is to get the stitches the even number and get back on track because I don't care if they're jacked up or not.
It's your first pair,
right?
Mm-hmm.
but it takes a lot of focus and I ain't got no focus. So I texted my friend and I texted her on day 1 and I said, "Hey, look at this. We're still on track. It's growing great." Friday, I texted her and I said, "Oh boy." And I said, "Don't worry, I won't be texting you every day."
I love the goal you set. I love it. I love it. It is measurable. It is specific, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I
So
love that.
Heather asked, Heather said, I'll watch you. How do I know what size? So the pattern tells you to go until you get to a certain um, stitch count on all the needles to build the toe. And then that tells you it for your size. And plus, there's also this thing called a sock ruler, which I don't know where it is and I got to find it. I have one. But being that it's toe up, you
Mm-hmm.
can always try them on
Mm-hmm.
while you're working on them.
Oh, that's
I'm
really
not
cool.
there yet,
Mm-hmm.
but
Very
I'll get to
cool.
a certain point and I'll go up, 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 and then I'll start working towards
Mm-hmm.
the heel and all that. So, but
That's awesome, Lisa.
well, yeah.
But what's really cool is I remember you saying one of the reasons you wanted to learn how to knit was because you wanted to be able to make things like socks. I remember you calling out socks a
Right,
long time ago.
right, right.
Mhm. So look at there,
Yeah, and I mean that
hitting your
so there
goals one stitch at a time, right?
exactly.
Hmm.
Exactly. Cancel. Let
I
me
think
see.
sometimes when it comes to asking for help for things, it's because I get so buried in it that I'm trying to figure it out myself and I'm all up in my head and I'm kind of lost in the process, not realizing maybe that it'd be better if I just asked for help.
Yeah, I've learned that like it's a lot easier to say, "Hey,
Hmm.
I don't know what I'm doing. Can you show me?"
Hmm.
Because or bouncing off an issue. Hey, Nancy, our treasured home. Bouncing off an issue
Hey,
because
Nancy.
it saves you time
Hmm. It does.
and it saves the downward spiral,
Hmm. Yeah.
you know?
It does. And time is a valuable commodity.
Yeah.
I can remember. Okay, so I'm going to share something that's like somewhat work related, but I was working on a spreadsheet, and you could do all kinds of stuff with Excel. It's like super fun, all
Yeah.
kinds of formulas and things. And somebody was showing me, telling me, like, I'm like, well, I want it to do this. And they're like, well, I can show you. And I'm like, but if you show me, then I might not retain it because I didn't figure it out myself. And they're like, or you could save yourself hours of time. And if you want to make sure you remember it, just do it twice. Like, save a document where it's done and don't save a document for you go back and have to do it again.
Right.
Push the big red easy button.
Yeah.
And, if it, time is money, money is time. So, and you can apply that to your personal life, right?
That's right. That's right.
Mhm.
I feel like I'm getting back on track for some reason from the first of the year until March. I am in this rut and not want to do anything for
Oh,
sure.
that's burnout,
Totally.
right, Lisa? If
Yep.
you find yourself in that, well, that or you're not feeling well, because there's always that. You're either, if you don't want to do anything, then it's because you're either in a state of burnout where you do need to just chill, or maybe your body is trying to get well and you're not. You're either consciously ill or maybe unconsciously not balanced.
Tammy's trying, Nancy.
Right, but right, I don't want to say sick because maybe you're not feeling sick, but your body's not in balance. I heard an interesting thing when I was fishing yesterday because I was listening to this my herbal school, and it was like a yin yang kind of, speech, lesson, if you will.
Yep.
And they were talking about how we as humans are animals. I mean, we're humans, but we are animals. And
Yep.
yet, for some of us, what we do for a living, or maybe how we spend our time, we stay seated and sedentary like a plant. But we're not a plant, we're an animal. And animals should all have this innate drive to move. That's what animals do. They move.
Right.
I mean, maybe not cats as much, but when they do move, they really get it on.
Yeah.
But, are we being like plants?
Yeah.
I think I'm like a plant, maybe more often than I should be.
Well, that's cool, Heather.
Oh, she is. Nancy's sharing some great content related to like allergies, like food allergies and different
Yeah.
kind of allergies and things, and how they've been giving her some troubles.
Oh, yeah. Always.
Oh, that's awesome, Heather.
That is great.
Mm-hmm.
Humanimals.
Humanimal. Humanimals. Right?
Humanimals. That's it.
Humanimal.
That is funny. So yeah, so basically I'm trying to avoid taking the socks off because if I
Mm-hmm.
take them off the needles, I always drop a
Yeah,
stitch
don't.
and ruin it.
Mm-hmm.
Crochet, it's so much easier to go back.
Unless you have an epiphany and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna stop where I'm at and I'm gonna start all over again.
Nope.
Unless you I and the only reason I say that is because I was crocheting an Afghan for one of the grandbabies, but that was supposed to last a lot longer than say a pair of socks. But this Afghan, I don't know, I was pretty far in, and I kept trying to it was the counting the stitches thing, Lisa. I don't
Oh, hey
think
Ginger.
all they can do. And I was gonna not start over, and then I'm like, that's it. I'm starting over. I was glad I did start over in that case.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Sometimes I have stuff that goes awry, but like I
But
don't know about
socks,
you.
I think you're good.
For me, when I crochet, once I do the chain, I don't need to count
Mm-hmm.
unless I'm doing a pattern,
Yes.
right? I
Mm-hmm.
don't need to count.
Yep. Yep.
And
I had to though.
no,
Sometimes
no, I
I
totally
don't,
get
but I
that.
did have to because I kept changing yarn. And when you change yarn, it kind of makes the little end look a little bit different.
Oh, gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, and with this, I'm like, I'm not counting per se, but I should
Yeah.
be.
Yeah. At least this time. You might get to like, maybe on your next pair of socks, you start to
Yeah,
count and figure out you got it or whatever.
yeah. I'm just gonna keep going and see
It
how it
looks
goes.
hard. It looks
It
really
is.
hard.
It is. You have to make sure you drop the yarn from the first one when you're done with one row,
Hmm.
go over to the
Oh,
next yarn.
so Lisa, it sounds to me like when you're talking about asking for help, if you want to grow in your skill, in your, professional skills, personal skills, whatever you're working on, it sounds like growth does come from asking for help.
That's right.
Hmm.
I'm glad you're figuring things out, Nancy, so you can feel better.
Yeah.
It's really hard.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, when you figure it out, you can't unknow it. You see what Ginger said?
Oh my gosh, look at Gwen says when I crochet and count, it becomes an obsession and I count everything. That's OCD, my friend.
Hey, we're in good company. I have a little bit of that going on. Got my own little version of
Oh God,
OCD.
yeah. Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. I'm going to try to get back on track today. We were just so busy over the
Hmm.
past 3 days. I didn't get a chance to work on it because I really got to focus on it.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And it's very awesome that you have yourself situated to where you're around people that know more than you with that, you know?
Yeah, the ladies in my group are so stinking talented,
That's
and
awesome.
I swear they're talented at everything they touch.
Hmm.
And I'm not comparing myself to them because I'm doing great the way I'm doing, but
Hmm.
it's just that it's so cool because I learned how to spin from this same girl
Oh, awesome.
and another woman who's there. Um, you
I
know,
cannot wait until you decide to start sharing all of this knowledge with us.
I shared the spinning on a short.
Oh, see, yeah, I need more detail. Maybe you could do an ASMR spinning.
I will. I will. I just haven't had a chance.
Hmm.
We've been getting everything ready. We still haven't even gotten the greenhouses ready, so we got to do
Hmm.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
but super
That's
excited.
like when, there's that saying when nature calls, but seriously, like for gardeners, nature's calling, like, more than
Yeah.
it's like a whole new meaning.
I have honeysuckle blooming,
Oh,
making jelly.
awesome.
Does anyone know how to save it for use in lip balm?
I would imagine you just infuse it.
If you infuse it in the oil you're using, you just
Mhm,
have to look if you have to dry it
mhm,
or infuse it by heat when it's alive.
mhm. And
Google.
you're talking to see like what keeps it smell, right?
Right, right. But here's the thing, do a lot of research because I did lilacs last year. I infused them in oil
Mhm,
and they said to do them fresh, not dried.
mhm,
And they said to just put them in the jar and cover them with oil.
mhm.
I didn't get any smell at all.
Hmm.
So, when I was learning sign language as a kid, I
Counting steps to the bathroom and stuff like
yeah, use it in lip balm. You infuse it into one of your oils for the lip balms after you dehydrated the honeysuckle.
and it keeps it scent, Gwen, because I've never that sounds so fun. Doesn't that sound fun?
Yeah, awesome, Karen.
Ginger, you need to do a video. Inquiring
I
minds want to know if it's going to smell.
Nancy, you think a week is long enough? Because usually I do a month, 4 to 6 weeks on my calendula and dehydrated marigolds and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Mhm. Same. If I'm not, doing the low heat method on the stove or
Right,
in a crock pot.
right.
Mhm.
Wow, honeysuckle jelly.
Mhm. I'll bet that's good.
Rebecca's using zip ties to count every 10 stitches. Cool.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
Except for getting them undone. That'd be kind of difficult. The
well, you
clips
cut
might
them.
be easy.
You cut them.
Yeah.
You just loop them big.
Mm.
I have stitch markers. They're so darn
I
cheap.
got the stitch markers too.
Yeah, I mean, you get a case of them. And it's almost like there's 50 in there.
Mhm.
But get the
Yeah.
right ones.
Me too, Heather. I just haven't made lip balm in forever.
Don't eat the lip balm.
I mean, if you make it, if you know what's in there and it's all safe, I'm sure you wouldn't want to like mow down on it or anything.
Mow down on it. I love Rebecca at Suburban Hillbilly. She's just funny. Funny-ish.
Mhm.
um, how about you, Tammy? What do you think about asking for help?
Oh my gosh, I'm guilty. I'm the person that needs to be reminded of that, and I feel like the reason that I have to be reminded is because I can get so wrapped up in my head and really like hyper focusing and trying to figure something out and spending a lot of time doing something if I'm not actively thinking about, hey, I should ask somebody about this.
Right.
It's kind of like, when you find yourself jumping down a rabbit hole. Now
Yeah.
I feel like that's one of my skills I'm actually really good at work, because where I work, we're very teamwork oriented, you know? And so that's kind of how we do. So if I'm always thinking, who are the stakeholders, and um, who's done this before? I don't want to spend my time recreating the wheel. But then on the personal side, all of my team members were all virtual. Well, we're virtual at work too, but I'm not working with y'all 8 hours a day. Maybe that's the difference. But like when I was canning, Lisa, you were there. You were
Yep.
there with me in spirit and on the phone.
Yep.
Um, and that was part of my plan. So I think maybe what for me, I need to kind of implement the asking piece as part of the plan and watch myself to not get down that rabbit hole. Because I don't know, is anybody else like that? You're working on something. I mean, we're all working on our own goals. There's things we want to do, whether we're writing it down as a list or what we're doing, we're working on things. We're all trying to push ourselves and our skill set. Hey, Gail. Hey, Troy Sutton.
Hey, Gail. Hey, Troy Sutton.
And when I hyper focus, sometimes I'll be on pause for maybe a bit longer than, is really worthy.
That's funny, Gwen.
What did she say?
My mama used the plain old chapstick. It was like rubbing a candle on your lips. It totally
My
was.
husband still loves that plain old chapstick. That he loves
Oh,
it. Made and canned 6.5 pints of monkey butter this morning. That's
what is
cool.
monkey
I don't
butter?
even know what that is. Is it like some kind of apple butter with seasonings?
Well, if it's like monkey bread, it's
Oh, cinnamon.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm dying to know what monkey butter.
Did you see what Heather said?
Does the butter say, oh,
But you're supposed to do it the monkey way.
oh? Ooh, ooh, ooh. I can ask certain things, but help with projects like gardening or declutter. Nope. Why not? What gets in the way?
So Heather, you're like really good with the tree stuff though, and the propagating. I got roses gone wild out front, and I need to get those propagated. Actually, that reminds me, Heather, I'm going to need to ask you about that. You just like cut them off and stick them in water, because that's
That's
what I want to do. That'd be like the easiest thing. I got some really long. Oh my goodness! Do you see it?
bananas, coconut, and crushed pineapple.
That sounds amazing.
I need to look up monkey butter.
I'll bet that'd be an amazing like lotion too. Bananas, coconuts, and pineapple this time of year. Might need to have
Oh,
that in the fridge and on the counter. Yep. And how do you feel? So, right now, one of my goals was the fermenting thing. Oh, there it is.
wow.
My mouth's watering. Rebecca at Suburban.
Yeah, I kind of got the same, so I totally get it.
That's too
Get
funny.
rooting hormone. Yeah, I have that too. You can use
I have
cinnamon, I
that.
think, as a rooting hormone.
So, what do you do with that rooting hormone? Just put it in water?
You put it on the root.
Oh, and then you stick it in the water or you stick it in dirt?
I'll defer to Heather.
Heather, put the rooting hormone on it and then stick it in water or stick it in dirt.
Gail said her goal is spring cleaning.
Oh, I got to do some of that.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
That's not like my top priority goal, though.
Yeah, no.
It should be. Maybe it should be, but
It's like all the reels on Instagram say this time has arrived for
mhm.
being outside and ignoring housework.
Yeah. Hey, I got to share something though.
Yeah.
I am so happy. The last time we chatted, I mentioned about how I was hurting my back from bending over and cutting things like on my table when I sew and stuff.
Yeah.
Because do you know on Amazon, you can get tables that you push a button and they automatically go up.
Yep.
And they were only like $100 or something.
Cool.
I got two of them because now it solves two problems. One of those is while I'm working, I now have a desk that I can raise and stand and work at. So during the day, I'm not going to spend so much time being a plant. Remember, we talked about that.
Good.
And then I can also cut my fabric. And then if I need like more fabric cutting space, I can raise both tables, put them together, whatever.
Awesome.
Yeah, because they're exactly the same dimensions of what I'm using. Super excited.
Awesome. They've got some feedback here for you. Cut like 6 inches and put in soil.
Okay.
She said some might not take, so do extras.
Okay. I got plenty to
And
do extras.
less is more.
Okay. Gotcha. And put it in soil and then just water it, water it. Okay. Oh, really? Oh, dang. I'm going to have to check that out. That sounds amazing.
Gail said I have company coming, so I had to move it up in priority.
Yeah, that's usually what gets me in the mood to clean. So-
I do the basics when people come visit. It's just because it's look, this is life, you know?
Yep. We live in our house. We do
Exactly.
stuff in here.
Exactly.
Hmm. We're not just
Exactly.
watching TV. We're doing stuff.
Yeah, who's got time for this?
Hmm. You know, my husband and I had a pest control business, and I would spray when I was in college. I'd spray the inside, he'd do the outside. And I will tell you, the cleanest homes were the people that didn't do anything. They were usually quite elderly, had a difficult time, didn't have company. They didn't, as far as I could tell, have any hobbies because I'd sit and chit chat with them too. Or they had a cleaning person.
Oh, yeah, that would be
Mhm.
delightful.
Yeah. Everybody else's houses looked about, the same. Dip it in the rooting hormone, tap the cutting to knock off any excess. Okay. Cool. Know what I'm going to be doing this week?
What are you propagating?
Roses.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and it's just because I see no sense in cutting them off and throwing them away.
You should do a
Like,
video.
oh, you think? I guess I could. I could do that. And I will say Heather and Suburban Hillbilly told me this is what I do.
That's right. This is what these people told me to do.
Yeah, and hopefully it works
Hmm.
for at least one of them, right?
That's right.
Mhm. Yeah. Doesn't need to be perfect.
Oh, my corn is trying to stand back up again. Oh, I hope not, then.
Oh, man.
Gosh, she's getting pummeled with rain.
Jeesh. It's like too much of a good thing.
Yeah, we ended up getting,
Suburban Hillbilly said, I admit to nothing.
admit to nothing.
Hey, here's another random question. Heather, does that work for fruit trees and stuff too?
Excuse me. We got about a quarter of an inch last night, and I was pretty thrilled about it.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, you guys need it.
Well, we just finished raking the pastures, so that
Mm,
helps because it's going to be a warm week.
yeah.
So it'll help the grass to pop.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Healthy Snack 25 giveaway tonight at 7 p.m.
Thank you,
CST.
Gail. Yep. Hmm. Tonight, 7 p.m. Central Time.
I admit to nothing.
Yeah,
That's
I
funny.
have. One of the things I wanted to do this year that I didn't do was buy more fruit trees. So
Oh, yeah. Well, you still got time. Can't you plant them in the fall?
I can plant them in the fall, and I might do that. Maybe I'll get at least two. Seems to help with fig cuttings. Okay. Yes. We have lots of apples on our apple tree, and we've got plums on our plum tree. This is like the first year we've gotten plums.
How exciting.
I'm so excited because every year the flowers have been blown off or froze to death. So we've got those, the peach. So we're going to have apples, plums, and peaches this year. So excited.
Oh, that's very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Heather said, I'm sorry, you can do herbs
Very cool.
too.
Very cool. Hmm.
Gwen tried rooting figs, they all froze.
Huh. Darn it. Oh, that's fun. We're almost at the middle of the year, too. I wonder how everybody's feeling about their goals for this year. Is there anything you need to ask for help with?
Yeah, because now's the time.
Because now is the time.
Look to air grafting for the fruit tree. Better success.
Air graft.
Air grafting.
Okay.
Write that down. You're the best. You're the best. That is that the one where they put it to they cut a slit in the tree and they put it in there? Are prunes the same as plums?
I don't know. Are they?
I don't know.
I gotta Google that.
Yeah, I'm Googling it right now.
Okay, you Google. You Google faster. Oh,
Yes,
I'll
prunes
be
are dried
darned. Look at
plums.
there. That is good to know.
See, Gwen knew.
Mm-hmm. Huh.
I love prune juice.
Do you?
Can't drink a lot of it though, obviously.
That's one thing that won't let you overdo it.
When I was a kid, oh my gosh, I would drink it. It was so funny.
Mm-hmm.
My mother's like, "Stop drinking it."
Oh, look at Gail's going to start hydroponics in the fall.
Cool.
Yeah, we do have seasons for stuff as far as our goals, right?
Oh, absolutely.
But take the seed out.
Yep.
So mine was fermenting. I got the kombucha. I did the sauerkraut. I'm ready to move on to some other stuff. My radishes are growing.
Oh, that's awesome.
I know. Like, I don't, okay, so they were called big cherry bells or something like this. And they weren't very big. They were actually normal sized. But that's a win. So if I need
That's
to get a normal
great.
size radish, I know those will work for me. I've tried
That's
a couple
awesome.
other kinds and we'll see how they do, but I'm excited to have gotten those.
Heather said use a gallon. The air grafting is use a gallon Ziploc with soil and scrape the bark of an area around the base of the stem and cover it with tin foil.
Huh. That sounds really complicated.
I agree, Gwen. Makes no sense. Dried apricot is a dried apricot.
Uh-huh.
Dried plum
Right.
is a prune.
Right?
A dried apple is a dried apple.
Right? With
That's
everything else. Oh,
so.
a dried grape is a raisin.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I knew that one. I just, for some reason, the plum I didn't think about.
Uh-huh. Me neither.
It's a plum that pruned.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I do have what else? So my gardening this year, I've got a lot of squash I'm growing this year.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the cushaw squash, the tromboncino squash, and then of course I'm doing our regular zucchini and our yellow squash. And then I got to get pumpkins in the ground. I think pretty soon. I think by June or something.
Do you have anything in the ground now besides the radishes?
I've got the radish. Okay, we're not going to count the perennials because I've got garlic and asparagus out there.
Right.
Radishes, the cushaw squash are in the ground,
Wow.
and oh, peas. I got peas in the ground. I think I'm ready to put the kidney beans in the ground now. Oh, and okra. I got okra out there.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Which I don't know. Like it's going to be hot. Those okra aren't getting too big too fast.
What are you what are you going to do to try to prevent squash bugs?
So I bought nematodes.
Okay.
And I don't know that I'm going to video it. I think I took a couple of pictures, but we'll see if they work. You can buy beneficial nematodes, and they're supposed to help with all of your bugs. And I just went out there. I'm probably going to get more, but I still got to put dirt. I've got certain areas of my garden that I want to add more dirt to, so I didn't nematode those areas. I nematode over where the garden is because I also saw. Guess what attracts flea beetles?
What?
Freaking radishes.
Really?
Yes, I didn't know that.
Hmm.
But one thing you can plant that will help to deter flea beetles is sage. I mean, there's other stuff too, but the sage kind of bounced out to me because I haven't planted sage yet. I tried to
Okay.
start some sage and it didn't start at all. I got a whole
Hmm.
lot of herbs that I'm growing this year.
That's awesome.
I did the paper towel in a baggie method
Yep.
and planted elecampane, okay, great, motherwort. It's all right behind me. What else I got over there? Um, elecampane, motherwort. Let's see. Solomon seal's not taken real well. I'm going to be doing a gardening update video, so I'll share that. Yes, they flea beetles love eggplant. They love okra. It's really a bummer. They love a lot of things that I grow.
Well,
And
maybe I won't plant my eggplant out then.
do you get flea beetles too?
Yeah. I
Mm-hmm.
one year we had them and I dusted the broccoli and the cauliflower with diatomaceous earth and they were gone. That was it. Never dealt with them again.
They didn't. Diatomaceous earth didn't help mine.
And then last year they were all over the kale. I pulled it out and tossed it. They were all over the Brussels sprouts
Yep, they
in
love that
front of the
stuff.
house, not in the back.
Yep,
Um, and I just they were just annoying.
yep. But the nematodes are supposed to help with that.
And what do you do with the nematodes? Put them in the soil?
So you put them in water, and then you water the area.
Oh,
Yep. And they come in like refrigerated packs, like
yep.
there's, you know, and then you put them in your refrigerator until you're ready to use them, but you want to try to use them within like 30 days. I was like right at 30 days. So I'm hoping I'm hoping that they work. I'm thinking
Right,
I need to
right,
get I'm thinking that I'll put dirt down and I'll add the nematodes. And they look like a powder. When they come to you, they look like just a beige powder.
right, right.
Mhm. Yeah.
I'm just looking up something I wanted to show you.
And the one thing I'm nervous about, I got the bone meal and I got the blood meal, and I'm nervous about using them because I'm thinking, well, what if I just encourage all the weeds to grow? I'm really
Right.
afraid of that. So I don't want to just like mix it in with my dirt as I'm putting the dirt down. I just want it right around the plant that I'm planting.
Right, right.
Yeah, because, weed city.
So there's this company Rebecca at Happy Heart Gardens
Uh huh.
uses. Hold on a minute.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out how to get it. Oops.
Jill said she's not growing anything that you can't plant radishes with except hyssop. I have, so I've got my one of my horseradishes with my asparagus, and they do really well. They're supposed to help fight. Your radishes also help deter a lot of other bugs. So that's one thing good about radishes, but they do attract the flea beetles. So you kind of got to plan for that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my computer is getting hot.
Okay. Oh, arbor stuff.
Yeah, so I she has a lot of people have talked about this stuff
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just trying to it's organic
Mm-hmm.
and they've got fertilizer, they've got
Mm-hmm.
fungicide, disease control, plant food, insecticide.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool. So I don't know. I haven't tried it. I don't know anything about it, but
Hmm. You know what? I have some of that and I haven't used it yet because I bought it and then I was afraid to use it. Hang on, I'll
yeah.
show you. Hold on one second.
Okay. Let's see. I'm so disappointed in my parsnips. They had huge leaves, 180 days, and nothing but roots in the bottom. Yeah, we get that problem all the time with carrots and stuff. So I've kind of done with that. But that is disappointing. I'm sorry. Let's see here.
Anyone else here a sale shopper?
Oh wow.
Like when I see stuff on sale, I just feel like I should get it.
We have 1 minute, so go ahead and show.
Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, yeah. So I've got this plant food, but when I was looking at it, I'm just nervous about should I use it on vegetables though? It says for indoor gardening and house plants.
Awesome, Nancy. Yeah, they
So
say
since
it's
it says indoor gardening, that like made me nervous. And then this one, I got this biofun. Do you see the price? I paid $2. I couldn't pass it up.
wow. Where'd you get
Bio-
it?
Walmart.
No way.
Yeah. This bioinsecticide. There was like a 3-pack too. So some of these don't have the $2 price tag. And then I got this guy,
That's great.
bioprotectant. Yeah, I
I
just
would
had
have bought that too.
I mean, like when it's that cheap, you're
Yeah.
like, yes, I think I
Yeah. I
figure
like
out how to
Captain
use it
Jack's
right.
also, Suburban Hillbilly.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'll try this year and see how it does and keep you posted.
Yeah, she loves it. You know, she's in South
Really?
Alabama, so she
Who is
deals
this
with a lot of
person?
Happy Heart Gardens, Rebecca.
Okay, I'm gonna go watch how she uses it too.
She may not have it up on our channel yet because she did a lot on Instagram and she's just starting YouTube.
Okay.
But and if you can't find her, let me know.
Okay.
But she did a lot on Instagram with it, and it really, I mean, she gets funguses
Mm-hmm.
and bugs, and
Mm-hmm.
like her gardening is great,
Mm.
but she struggles because of being
Yeah.
in South Alabama.
Oh yeah. I would imagine it's pretty buggy down there.
Yeah. Well, it's time, my friend.
Yep. It is. Thank you everybody for coming today.
Thanks for being here today. And next week, we're going to be on Tammy Mountain Grandma's channel.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I think I put up the thumbnail already.
Did you?
Yeah, look at me.
You go. You go. Well, I hope everybody
Although I
has.
might change the title, I don't know. I'll talk to you about that in a minute, though, Lisa.
Yeah, no worries. Well, everybody have a great week.
Yep. And hey, see you tonight if you're going to come to the live giveaway
That's
for the
right.
Healthy Snacks Clap.
Sounds good. Take
All right.
care, y'all.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.